When people think about groundbreaking CGI in The Lord of the Rings, they usually think about battles, armies, massive landscapes. But the most revolutionary effect in the entire trilogy was only 3 feet tall. Gollum wasn't just a digital character, he was a turning point in cinema history. Before Gollum, CGI characters existed. After Gollum, they could perform. Today in Myth Decoded, we are breaking down the secrets behind Gollum's creation, the technology, the performance capture breakthroughs, and the actor who changed how digital characters are treated in Hollywood. Because without Gollum, modern visual effects would not look the same. When The Lord of the Rings The Two Towers released in 2002, audiences were skeptical about one thing. Could a fully CGI character carry emotional weight? Gollum is not a background creature. He is central to the psychological arc of Frodo. He carries obsession, addiction, split identity. If Gollum failed, the trilogy lost its emotional tension. Director Peter Jackson knew this, and so did the team at Weta Digital. They were not just animating a creature, they were building a performance from scratch. Originally, Gollum was expected to be voiced, then animated traditionally.
Would be, and I mean, any of the actors could, in a way, kill a movie if they're the wrong actor. And the same was true of Gollum. We were basically meeting actors who could do good voice work, because at that point we thought we were just looking for a voice actor.
The original kind of way into the job was me getting a phone call from my agent saying, Andy, look, I don't know if you're interested, but they're doing this film Lord of the Rings down in New Zealand, and they want to see you for this CG character, to do a voice for a CG character, and it's probably about 3 weeks' work. And I was thinking to myself, well, you know, that sounds dull as hell, you know, I'm not interested in doing that. I'm an actor, I want to play, there must be a dozen good roles in that movie, you know. And then I started looking at the book and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, this is just amazing. This character is the best written part in it.
But everything changed when Andy Serkis auditioned. Serkis didn't treat Gollum like a monster, he treated him like a broken person. His background in physical theatre influenced the role heavily. He studied addiction behavior, he built distinct physical identities for Sméagol and Gollum. At first, the plan was simple: record his voice, use it as reference, but something unexpected happened. His physical performance was too important to discard, so instead of replacing him with animators, the production adapted the technology around him. This decision reshaped motion capture history. Motion capture was not new in 2002, but it had never been used like this. Instead of isolating an actor in a studio months later, Jackson made a crucial choice. Serkis would perform on set with Elijah Wood and Sean Astin. He would crawl through mud, snow, interact physically, deliver emotional timing in real scenes. Then the performance was digitally translated. What made Gollum groundbreaking was not just motion capture, it was performance capture. Facial expressions, micro movements, eye focus. The animators at Weta didn't replace Serkis. They enhanced him. They studied muscle tension in his face. They built a digital rig that could replicate subtle eye twitches. For the first time, a CGI character had layered emotional realism. This is why Gollum feels alive even today.
He came in and he did a really memorable audition. He was just able to generate this weird voice.
My cats at home had a big impact on how Gollum's voice came about, because they get furballs in their throats after they lick, so that that then became Gollum.
He was almost cast from the second that we met him. And what was interesting is that in order to create the voice, he was having to distort himself and put all this expression in his face, and that's where he was finding the voice. He was actually doing the character.
Take it off us! It hurts us!
Don't listen to him, Fred. He's trying to trick us.
I swear I have to do what he wants. Please. Please, it hurts.
There's no promise you can make that I can trust.
Sméagol, we swear.
And it was really in that audition that I came to realise something that had never really occurred to me, and that the voice and the facial expressions and the energy are related. I mean, you can't separate the two.
Peter became convinced that he would use him not just to do the voice, but really to become the personality. The motivating, kind of unifying performance behind Gollum would come from Andy.
Gollum works because he isn't just a visual spectacle, he represents internal corruption. Originally created by J.R.R. Tolkien in the Lord of the Rings novel, Gollum embodies the obsession with power, specifically the One Ring. But in the film adaptation, his split personality becomes cinematic. Sméagol versus Gollum, the famous argument scene, where he debates himself, is a masterclass in digital acting. That scene required two emotional states, one performer, one digital model, seamless editing. Without believable performance capture, it collapses. Instead, it became one of the most iconic moments in fantasy cinema. After Gollum, the industry changed. Studios realized performance capture could carry lead roles. This directly influenced Caesar in The Planet of the Apes, also performed by Serkis, the Na'vi in Avatar, Thanos in the Marvel films. The success of Gollum legitimized digital acting as real acting. There was even debate during award season about whether Serkis deserved an acting nomination, despite the character being CGI. That conversation still shapes how the Academy views performance capture today. Without Gollum, digital characters might still be treated as animated props. Instead, they became vessels for human performance. Here is what's remarkable. Gollum still looks convincing more than 2 decades later. Why? Because realism does not start with pixels, it starts with performance. The animation team was not trying to create spectacle, they were preserving emotional truth. The lighting matched the environment, the eye lines were carefully tracked, the interaction with physical actors grounded the illusion. Gollum does not feel like CGI, he feels like presence. Gollum proved something larger about filmmaking. Technology should serve character, not replace it. The real breakthrough was not software, it was trust. Trusting an actor's performance, trusting digital artists to enhance rather than override, trusting audiences to emotionally connect with something artificial. And in doing so, The Lord of the Rings quietly pushed cinema forward, not with explosions, but with a whispering voice arguing with itself in the dark. When people talk about groundbreaking movie CGI, they often list visual spectacle. But the real revolution of Gollum was not visual, it was emotional. He was one of the first fully digital characters to feel human. And that changed everything. Because once audiences believed in Gollum, they could believe in anything. Thanks for watching.
Andy Serkis. He's playing a strange guy in tights.
That suit took a beating too, because I remember they made it and it was all kind of clean and pristine. And Andy, his approach was so intense, and he gave absolutely everything every day and physically bashed himself about. So the suit was just screwed. He'd also, with the voice, he would give everything, and as a result, he'd be spitting and drooling.
Hello, crunchable bagses.
Where Sam's cooking the rabbits, and Gollum's going like that, and then he goes and he spits. That's my gob of spit. It's mine, my own, my precious gob of spit, which comes out of my mouth, and it's like, yes, I am on screen. That's my saliva.
I mean, he tore up his throat with that voice.
Horses! Mustn't stop here! Come on!
Hence the Gollum juice.
We invented this juice called Gollum juice, which is basically honey and lemon and ginger.
And most of the time, I think it was warm, and he would sort of sip on that so that the Gollum voice wouldn't become ruined.
Andy.
Hey!
It's a strong brew, so you can put more hot water in it to keep it really hot.
You see, I can't speak like Gollum until I've drunk this special Gollum juice.